what we really should be looking for is not how we're the same. We really should find what makes us unique. Because if we don't know who we are, that's not a good starting point. So if a man says to a woman, we're just friends. We're just friends. I don't even think of you as a woman. Thank you very much. Imagine somebody, a non-Jew, says to me, I'm not really comfortable with Jews. I don't like Jews. But you, I like you. I don't even think of you as a Jew. Thank you very much. If you don't think of me as a Jew, I don't know who you think is a friend of yours, because I am a Jew. In other words, if you can't love me as a Jew, then you don't love me, because I am a Jew. If you don't love me as a woman, then you don't know me. Then it's not me you're talking to, because you're a woman. So the question is not how to homogenize. The question is how to appreciate the uniqueness, the strength of each other, and to respect it. In other words, we're equal in the respect, not in the functions, the roles, the purpose, the strengths and weaknesses. On the contrary, the more we respect the uniqueness of a woman, the closer we're getting to peace in the world. By homogenizing, we're not getting anywhere. I mean, we've tried it. It's been going on for hundreds of years now. Are women better off? Financially, maybe. But that doesn't make them healthier women. Just richer. So to not appreciate the uniqueness of a woman is disrespectful. And I think everybody would agree. Those days when the average man would stand up when a woman walks into the room. Is something wrong with that? That's not good? It's very good. So, you don't stand up when a man walks in? Yeah, because a man is a man, a woman is a woman. So we got to get deeper into what it is to be a man, what it is to be a woman, what it is to be a Jew. This homogenizing philosophy, we've tried it desperately. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it's doing anybody any good. So we got to be careful with equality. Equality in what? In everything? Come on, that's not good. So what we're trying to do is regain the respect that we once had for women. You celebrate and respect women not by including them in men's activities, but by seeing the female or feminine strengths. So counting a woman for a minion, it doesn't make her, you don't respect her femininity, you don't respect her womanhood, you're just homogenizing, right? So the Chabad pursuit is not treat everybody equally, treat everybody uniquely. What is great about being a woman? That you can be part of a minyan? That doesn't make you a greater woman. By the way, it doesn't make you a greater man to be part of a minyan either. So how do we build up the respect for women? By taking down all differences. Then we just end up with a mishmash. So Chabad, if you read the inner teachings, the feminine and the masculine are so important in like the yin and the yang. It's such an important part of creation, the forces of the masculine and the feminine. We want to become more masculine, and we want women to be more feminine, not deny our differences. So we're going in a different direction. So the separation of men and women in the shul, that's a synagogue issue, not a male-female issue. You know what I'm saying? It's not being part of a minyan doesn't make you more masculine. It doesn't make you more feminine. It has nothing to do with that. So here's how I would put it. What is discrimination? Like today, everything is discrimination. You can't move without discriminating. Here's what discrimination is. If the highest value in your society is to be a soldier, and you don't let women be soldiers, that's discrimination. If the highest value in your society is to be a rich career person, and you don't let women have careers, that's discrimination. So you set up a value and then you exclude some people. But if your highest value applies equally to everybody, there's no discrimination. So it's the value, not the people, that are the issue. So for example, why aren't women counted for a minyan? What's wrong with women? No. What's wrong with minyan that it doesn't apply to everybody? It's got a limited function. Whereas, for example, keeping Shabbos, that applies to everybody. Why? So there's something about Shabbos that makes it more inclusive, whereas minyan has its limits. So it's not male-female, it's the mitzvah. Like, there are certain mitzvahs only a Kohen has to do. What is it about that mitzvah that is so limited or finite or particular? So, in Jewish life, the highest value in Jewish life has always been family, not synagogue. If the highest value in a society is family, women don't need any hype to be prominent in Jewish life. So if family is the center, there is no discrimination. Not against parents, not against children, not against men, women, grandparents. So the center of life used to be family. It shifted to the synagogue. The synagogue, it has a finite function. It can't serve everyone equally. So we need to put the function back to the family. How are we raising our children? What's happening to the next generation? Synagogue is not the answer. It may even be the problem because it's so irrelevant to young people. So really, from my personal perspective, I'm not worried about the fact that women are not included in the minyan. I'm worried about the fact that young people just don't come to shul. So if you're depending on the synagogue to make Judaism survive into the next, it's not happening. The synagogue is not the solution. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. The synagogue is the place where somebody who is inspired in their belief in God and enthusiastic about their Judaism, who wants to fulfill the mitzvah of davening with a minyan, then they'll come. Otherwise, they're not coming. So, we try to make it more attractive, more appealing. You can't go to the Hebrew school if you don't have a bar mitzvah. You have a bar mitzvah if you don't have a Hebrew school. It's not working. It's not working because it was never meant to work. The center of Jewish life is the home and the cheder. If that works, then there'll be synagogues. If that doesn't work, there won't be any synagogues. So we have to celebrate womanhood, not minyanhood, or any other function. The fact that a woman can be a president, is that a surprise to anybody? Well, that they would allow her to be a president, that's a surprise because, society is not that open-minded. But does that mean that women are greater? Does that mean we found what being a woman means? I don't think so. The thought that if women became president, the world would be much better, is that not discrimination? The belief that women are superior to... Now, come on. So where are we going with this? I think that if you don't respect the womanhood of the woman, you're missing the point. With all the rights in the world, It doesn't make the woman greater as a woman. And the same is true with Jews. Jews can do anything. We can be anything. Yeah, but we're supposed to be Jews. What's special about your Jewishness? So I say, who are the famous Jews? You read those books, Who's Who in Jewish Life? Who is who in Jewish life? Barbara Streisand?
Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax? Woody Allen?
Yeah.
Some of them we shouldn't be so proud of. But even if you are proud of them, you're not proud of their Jewishness. Where's the pride in our Jewishness? Einstein? It's good. It's good to be proud of our abilities. But the center of who we are, we got to be proud of our Jewishness, of everything Jewish. So that, I think that's the Chabad approach to male-female issues. So yes, you're going to see men and women separate in this community. But you're not going to see women absent in the workforce. You're not going to see women absent in the educational system. You're not going to see women not running stores and shops and businesses. But that's not where they live. They live at home. That's their center. And men should go home. But then there's another problem, which maybe is leading up to this. The Me Too problem, right? All these guys being accused of whatever. Do they not have any respect for women? Is that the problem? Some of them probably do have respect for women. Well, as much as they have for men. The real issue is, and this is so, once you hear it, it's so obvious. In the 60s, men and women agreed to treat intimacy as a pleasure, fun, what was it called?
Free love.
The free love, but recreational sex, right? So what we did intentionally, men and women, we lost all respect for intimacy. Not for each other. No, we liked each other better. But we completely degraded intimacy. It's nothing, it's fun, you try it this way, that way, with this one, with that one. It's okay, relax, enjoy. Now we're paying the price. So it's not men against women. So when you ask these guys who are accused and found guilty, say, if you respect women, why do you do what you do? You know what the answer is? What did I do? It's nothing. We were having some fun. All of a sudden, it's not fun? What happened? There are three issues here, as far as I can see. The abuse of power, which has been going on since Adam and Eve. She used her power. The abuse of power in the Garden of Eden. And that's an issue that has always been there. And it needs, I don't know how to fix it, but it needs to be fixed. Then there's the lack of respect that men have for women. But I think today we're seeing the third thing. No respect for intimacy, both on the men's part and the women's part. So instead of creating further distance between men and women and distrusting each other even more, we should regain our respect for intimacy. Quick story. Back in the 70s, we have a program for women in Minnesota. But in the 70s, they were anti-establishment and they were nonconformists. And many of the women refused to participate in the bourgeois lifestyle with the beauty products, with the And this one woman went to an extreme. She neglected herself terribly. She was really, really hard to tolerate. Nobody wanted to share a room with her. And the others were also anti-establishment, but not like her. Right? Anyway, she wanted to talk privately. So we go into this little room that I used as an office. It had no windows. It was just big enough for two people. So she's sitting near the door and she closes the door. I said, no, leave the door open just a little bit. She said, why? I said, because a man and a woman are not allowed to be in a room alone with, total privacy. She started to sob. And I thought I had offended her. Seems like I do that a lot. She finally pulls herself together and she says, this is the first time anyone has treated me like a woman. Now, she was trying very hard to not be treated like a woman. But it was destroying her. Right? So it brought her to tears to be treated like a woman. Now, here's the key. If intimacy is a matter of intention, experience, feeling, what makes something intimate? If you have intimate intentions, if it feels intimate, that is terrible. Because how much misunderstanding is that going to lead to? Oh, you thought I was big? No, I was just... If intimacy was a matter of personal feelings, she could close the door. There was nothing going on here. Yeah, close the door, whatever. But that's not true. Intimacy is a fact. Intimacy is real. A man and a woman in a room together is intimate. If you don't feel it, you're dull. You're missing it, but it is intimate. Respect for the intimacy itself. It's not subjective. There's an objective reality to intimacy. So to be alone in a room, a man and a woman, and say nothing's happening, you're dull. Something's happening. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal, it's questions and answers, it's conversation. It's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program. There's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us, take a look, click the link below, and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.